it matters what chiropractor you go to with your infants, if they have done that extra training and done the extra work and certification, because no, it's not safe to take your infant to just anybody. Felicia, James, and Rory. We came with our second when she was about 4 months old because she was having a lot of reflux issues and her neck was so tight that she couldn't sleep without having her mouth open because she wasn't breathing properly.
When I got hurt in the military, the VA wouldn't get me into a chiropractor after I had a lower lumbar spinal fusion. So I've had a lot of issues since I got hurt. After taking the kids to him, she was like, hey, you should go see Dr. Dorough. And I have for over a year now. And it's made my life 10 times better. Before, I'd wake up hurting every single day. Now it's once every 2 weeks, I'll wake up in a lot of pain. That's been a huge thing for me. Pain management using chiropractic care has been amazing for me. Would you say so?
Yeah, it's been a big difference just in his daily ability to function. He's got more good days than bad days now, where before it was pretty much every day was a struggle. Work and then nothing, no energy for anything else. So I'd say that it's one of those things where you shouldn't knock it until you try it. Even for me, I didn't think that I needed chiropractic care. I was more concerned about my kids. But after seeing my husband get such improvement from his care and obviously knowing what it did for my kids, when I finally made the step for myself to get seen, I didn't realize just how much pain, unnecessary pain I was dealing with just from being a mom. Just being out of alignment from chasing around kids all the time. It wreaks some havoc on your body. And rather than treating it with, pain meds or, anything like that, why suffer when there's something that can help that's just so healthy, natural, easy on your body?
For me, I'm able to bend down, pick up the kids, play with them, be able to chase this little guy around, because before I couldn't. It was very difficult to do anything with him.
It's a night and day difference before and after we have our adjustments. Everybody, all the kids, they sleep better, they're moving around more, they're more active, they're happier in general. You can just tell that there's something off, and then we'll go get adjusted, and magic. It just, I can't really explain it. And magic is the word for it, because it totally changes the flow of our days when everybody is adjusted properly. Feeling good, everything's moving the way it should be. We're not tense.
Normal chiropractic care, you think they're going to take you and slam you on the table. And before I came to see him, anything that anybody did to adjust my back was painful. And with the way that he handled my personal care, it was soft, and that was able to make me comfortable. And he adjusted his type of care to what I needed. So at first he kind of explained, hey, I've got this machine here that's going to make a bunch of noises. It's going to beep. I'm going to touch your back with it. He just kind of made you feel more comfortable by explaining it to you. I think the big thing was he let you feel what it was going to feel like, what it, made its impulses on you. And it was just overall the explanation behind it and how the tool worked really made me feel comfortable. It definitely made my experience being nervous about coming to a chiropractor again feel a lot better.
The first time when we took our second to get adjusted, I definitely had, I want to say some skepticism, because there's so many, you do any sort of online research, there's always one way or the other, but I'd heard so many good things. And so I went in really nervous, really tired, really, just done dealing with this fussy baby. And I tried everything else I could think of. And his voice is just so gentle and calming. And she just stopped from being fussy. It handed me, it was almost just a shock of this calming, gentle new person. And that immediately kind of put me at ease. And just as soon as we were done with the appointment, it was amazing. I could already immediately tell there was so much improvement. And so going back was so easy with our twins being preemies and having their own new set of issues. He's just always so calm. Just has this air of safety that the kids all pick up on. With our twins, they both were premature, pretty small, and had a tongue and lip ties to different degrees. So they each needed a little bit different care, but their mouths were just so small and they were having such a struggle eating, and being premature, that's scary. So we pretty much jumped right in within their first week of life, we were seeking care to start stretching, doing mouth stretches, and making sure that everything was aligned properly. We had a little bit of a traumatic birth. So they both had some alignment issues as well. I'd say if you're nervous or skeptical about infant care in particular, I feel like that's one that gets a lot of heat online as being unsafe. The thing to really just understand is that it matters what chiropractor you go to with your infants. If they have done that extra training and done the extra work and certification, because no, it's not safe to take your infant to just anybody. I wouldn't trust my babies with just anybody, but I know that Dr. Dorough's taken those extra steps, and he's an expert when it comes to babies. And it seems to be where his real passion is, and you can tell when he is working. And he has such a level of care for that. So I say if you're nervous about it, just do your research and make sure that, you understand that there is a difference, and there's a reason some people have bad experiences, and you won't have that here.